So the last step that you want to take before you start sewing is just to check all the different settings on the machine. So you have threaded your needle. You have it coming down through all these steps and through your needle. I'm going to turn the machine back on. See, the light comes on. You have threaded your bobbin, so the thread is coming up from the bobbin. You've put your case back in. This helps to have something to rest the material on, so that's why you often put it in place when you're sewing. So finally, you just need to check all your settings. So as we discussed in class, the straight stitch is the most common stitch setting. You'll use that almost all the time. The other one that you'll be using in this first project is the zigzag, because you use the zigzag when you are sewing elastic, and it allows the elastic to still stretch. So if your settings are here, for example, you're going to want to turn it to start on straight, or if you're ready for elastic, to zigzag. We're going to be on straight. Okay, you also want to set your stitch length, and again, the kind of standard common stitch length is 2. There will be times, as I said, when you're gathering that you might want it on 4, but we're going to go with 2. Okay, you also want to set the width. For a straight stitch, there is no width because it's just going in a straight line, but generally you're going to want to set it to this, so that, again, remember, this moves the needle. If you watch the needle, it moves the needle back and forth. It's positioned relative to the foot and to the feed dogs. We're going to want it in the middle, and the reason you want it in the middle is then you can use these score lines. I'm going to show you the score lines here. Next to the feed dogs, there are these slashes in the middle, and those are each 1/8 of an inch, and they can give you a guideline for your seam, which we'll talk about more. But do set this to the center. You can hear it click into place in the center between 2 and 3. Okay, don't touch this one. This is the tension. Tension is a big pain in the neck, and one of the easiest ways to make a big mess when you're sewing is if your tension is not right. If your stitches look odd when you're sewing, they're really loose or they're really tight and bunching up the fabric, it's probably an issue with tension, at which point you should ask for help, because this is not something that's simple enough to fix on your own. So make sure all of your settings are checked, stitch shape, stitch length, and stitch width, and then you're ready to sew.